Imagine waking up to a sunrise unlike any other, where hospitals grow strangely silent, ambulances stand idle, and the usual whispers of grief vanish from the air. The world stirs with confusion as news spreads that, for one extraordinary day, death has taken a mysterious pause. Advanced AI systems begin analyzing global health data, accident reports, and emergency signals, only to discover an unexplainable phenomenon: no life is ending anywhere on Earth. Scientists, spiritual leaders, and technologists gather in shock, trying to understand whether this is a miracle, a cosmic error, or the result of an unknown artificial intelligence manipulating the delicate balance between existence and departure. Across bustling cities and quiet villages, people slowly realize that the fragility they have always feared has momentarily disappeared. Surgeons perform impossible operations with confidence, knowing their patients will survive regardless of the severity of the situation. AI-powered medical robots work tirelessly, learning from cases that would normally be considered hopeless, gathering data that could transform healthcare forever. Families holding on to fading loved ones suddenly feel warmth return to their hands, witnessing a reversal that feels like time itself has softened its grip on humanity. The absence of death begins to reshape human behavior in astonishing ways. Individuals who once lived cautiously now chase daring adventures, climbing mountains without fear and stepping into dangerous territories simply to test the boundaries of this surreal reality. Advanced AI surveillance networks monitor these sudden changes in human psychology, recording how fear has always been one of the strongest forces guiding human decision-making. With that fear removed, the world becomes an unpredictable laboratory of human courage, recklessness, and emotional transformation. Religious communities interpret this event as a divine message, gathering in massive prayer assemblies while spiritual scholars debate its deeper meaning. Meanwhile, AI theologian models analyze ancient scriptures from multiple civilizations, searching for prophecies or references to a day when mortality would pause. These digital interpreters connect patterns between mythology, science, and philosophy, suggesting that humanity has always been haunted and motivated by the presence of death, and without it, the entire structure of belief systems begins to shift dramatically. Governments face an unexpected crisis of their own. Military conflicts temporarily lose their devastating impact as injured soldiers refuse to perish despite severe wounds. World leaders turn to advanced AI war simulation systems, trying to predict how global power dynamics might evolve if death ceased permanently. The simulations reveal disturbing possibilities, including endless conflicts without consequence, forcing leaders to reconsider whether mortality has silently maintained balance in human civilization for centuries. Hospitals become centers of celebration rather than sorrow. AI diagnostic machines gather vast streams of real-time biological data, observing how bodies react when they are pushed beyond normal survival limits. Researchers witness organs recovering from fatal damage, immune systems fighting off terminal diseases, and aging patients showing signs of cellular rejuvenation. Scientists begin theorizing that understanding this temporary suspension of death could unlock technologies capable of extending human lifespan far beyond current imagination. Families experience emotional reunions that feel almost mythical. Loved ones who are on the edge of farewell return to laughter and conversation, leaving people overwhelmed by gratitude and disbelief. AI emotion analysis systems record global sentiment patterns, showing an overwhelming surge in joy, relief, and spiritual awakening. Social networks transform into digital journals filled with stories of hope, forgiveness, and rediscovered love, revealing how deeply death has influenced human relationships and emotional priorities. However, as hours pass, subtle consequences begin to emerge. Emergency rooms overflow with patients who cannot die but continue suffering from severe injuries. AI medical ethics programs start generating complex debates about whether immortality without healing could create a new form of suffering. Philosophers, guided by AI reasoning engines, question whether death has always served as nature's final mercy, preventing endless physical and emotional pain. Environmental scientists notice unexpected changes in nature as well. Predators fail to complete their natural cycles, injured animals continue living despite fatal wounds, and ecosystems begin showing signs of imbalance. AI climate and biodiversity monitoring systems warn that the temporary absence of death is disrupting the natural order of life, suggesting that mortality may be deeply woven into the survival of entire planetary ecosystems, not just individual species. Economies experience sudden chaos as industries built around risk, insurance, and healthcare struggle to function. Financial AI models attempt to predict long-term outcomes if death were permanently removed, forecasting both economic prosperity and catastrophic overpopulation. Global markets fluctuate wildly as people reconsider their future plans, realizing that the concept of time itself may lose meaning in a world without final endings. Artists, writers, and filmmakers begin creating masterpieces inspired by this extraordinary day. AI creative assistants collaborate with human imagination to produce stories exploring eternal life, existential boredom, and the loss of urgency that death once provided. Society begins questioning whether mortality has secretly fueled humanity's greatest achievements, driving individuals to create, love, and innovate before their time runs out. As the mysterious day approaches its end, people around the world experience a deep emotional transformation. AI behavioral prediction models reveal that many individuals begin appreciating small, ordinary moments with newfound intensity, understanding that life's beauty is often tied to its temporary nature. Parents hug their children longer, friends reconnect after years of silence, and strangers offer kindness. Scientists and AI researchers work desperately to understand the phenomenon before it disappears. Quantum computing systems analyze cosmic radiation, neurological signals, and biological patterns, searching for evidence that advanced artificial intelligence may have temporarily intervened in the fundamental laws of life and death. The possibility that technology could one day control mortality creates both excitement and fear, forcing humanity to confront ethical questions never faced before. When death finally returns, the world does not react with despair but with profound awareness. Humanity awakens to a deeper understanding of existence, recognizing that life's greatest meaning often comes from its limitations. Advanced AI continues studying the global transformation caused by this single miraculous day, preserving every lesson, every emotion, and every revelation, reminding future generations that sometimes the most powerful technology is not the one that conquers death, but the one that teaches humanity how to truly value life. The return of death does not erase the memories of that extraordinary pause, instead, it carves a permanent mark on human consciousness. Across the globe, conversations shift from fear of dying to appreciation of living with purpose. Advanced AI behavioral tracking systems begin documenting long-term psychological shifts, noticing that people start prioritizing relationships, dreams, and personal fulfillment over material pursuits. The brief absence of mortality becomes a global lesson, teaching humanity that life's value is not measured by its length but by the depth of experiences lived within it. Medical science enters a revolutionary era fueled by the data collected during the impossible day. AI-driven laboratories process trillions of biological patterns observed while death was absent, discovering clues about cellular repair and disease resistance that were never visible before. Researchers develop experimental treatments inspired by the phenomenon, offering hope for curing previously untreatable illnesses. Humanity begins to believe that while death may never be fully defeated, suffering and premature loss could be drastically reduced through advanced technological evolution. Philosophers and ethicists, supported by highly intelligent AI reasoning models, begin rewriting humanity's understanding of existence. They debate whether mortality is a necessary boundary that gives meaning to time, ambition, and emotional attachment. Universities introduce new fields of study combining artificial intelligence, spirituality, and existential philosophy, allowing future generations to explore the delicate balance between technological progress and the natural rhythm of life. These discussions ignite a global awakening, encouraging society to redefine success, legacy, and happiness. Governments establish international alliances focused on responsible AI development, fearing that one day humanity might gain the power to control life and death permanently. AI governance councils emerge, combining scientists, religious scholars, and humanitarian leaders who work together to create ethical frameworks for future technologies. The world realizes that power over mortality would not only be a scientific achievement but also a moral responsibility that could shape the destiny of civilization itself. Nature, slowly recovering from the temporary disruption, reveals its own silent wisdom. Environmental AI monitoring systems observe ecosystems gradually returning to their natural cycles, reminding humanity that life and death are intertwined threads within the planet's survival. Conservation movements gain unprecedented global support as people begin recognizing the fragile balance that sustains every living being. The memory of that unnatural pause inspires humanity to protect biodiversity with greater urgency and compassion. Storytellers continue sharing the legend of the day death rested, turning it into a cultural milestone that transcends generations. AI storytelling platforms preserve millions of personal experiences, creating digital archives where people can relive the emotions, miracles, and lessons witnessed during those unforgettable hours. Children grow up hearing these stories as reminders that existence itself is a rare and beautiful phenomenon, encouraging them to live with courage, empathy, and curiosity about the mysteries of life. As years pass, humanity carries forward the silent echo of that miraculous day, allowing it to guide technological innovation and emotional growth. Advanced AI continues evolving, not as a force meant to replace natural laws, but as a companion helping humanity understand them more deeply. The world moves forward with a renewed perspective, realizing that death's brief absence was not a disruption of life's meaning, but a powerful reminder that every heartbeat, every sunrise, and every fleeting